$275. What exactly is $275? Well, 95 and 180 makes $275 out the door. What two things did I buy to come out to $275? Two guns. Bought them used at a home-based FFL. Got a Kel-Tec P3AT and a New England or H&R Pardner single-shot 20 gauge. And there they are. And of course, free product placement. Real quick, let's talk about these. There's a million reviews out there. I'm not going to get too much into it. These both came used. The whole idea of this video is just to talk about a budget arsenal getting started. People often complain they don't have the money to buy guns. Friends and family that go shooting with me all the time, how do you afford it? Look, yes, I've got expensive pieces, but to add to the volume, what I call gun farming, you got to go cheap sometimes. I'm going to talk about this real quick. I bought both these on March the 2nd. I think it's the 11th or 12th today, so I've been carrying them about a week and a half. Or carrying this about a week and a half. I've been carrying it since I bought it. Okay, that's half true. I went out and put some rounds through it to make sure it ran. Did I put 500 rounds through it? Can I speak to long-term reliability? No, I can't. But these aren't really designed to shoot thousands and thousands of rounds. They're designed to live in a pocket. A lot of times little 380s are unreliable, and I can tell you, usually by the time you get through a box of ammo, you will have had multiple failures, and you will know if it's reliable or not. This has had no failures. It's worked. The finish wear that you see on it's actually from me carrying it already. The finish on these is not super durable, but I don't care. It's completely utilitarian. It's been living in my pocket. At some point it'll probably be tossed in a backpack, thrown in a truck or a car. It's not going to be my everyday carry. It's not my everyday carry, but just this week I've been carrying it. On that topic, just yesterday I was talking to some buddies, and they were talking about, I bought this gun, I've got this pistol, they're my EDC. Oh, they're your EDC. Well, where is it? Oh, it's at home, or it's in my car. This was on me. That's the definition of an EDC. You carry it every day. So, is this the greatest gun in the world? Would you want to go into war zones with it? Would you want to carry it for like any kind of serious duty? No. Obviously, I'm a Glock 19 guy. Maybe you're a SIG guy. Maybe you're a Beretta guy. It doesn't matter. Those are obviously better choices for hardcore work. But let's face it, most of us are not in the Battle of Najaf. For everyday carry purposes, I'd rather see somebody carry something than nothing at all. Beats a sharp stick, and like I said, at least in the short life that I've had it, it's been completely reliable. The shotgun. This one actually has a shortened youth stock. I don't know if you can really tell. Here's my hand for reference. And look at that. Very short length of pull. I believe this is roughly a 20, maybe 22-inch barrel on this. It's obviously a youth model. Because of the shorter length of pull, I will say it's a little bit more stout than most 20 gauges. Throughout the years, I have bought these in many variations. I always buy the New England, the NEF, or the H&R. I don't buy the Stevens. I don't buy any Ivor Johnsons. I don't buy any of the other models. I always buy this particular brand. Like I said, over the years, it's had a couple different names. It's either been an H&R or an NEF, but it's the same company. I always get the case hardened. I guess that'd be the frame. Typically, I'll buy them dinged up and ugly. I get them dirt cheap. I have never, ever, ever paid more than $100 for one of these, ever. A lot of times I'll refinish them with just some cheap rattle can or some barbecue paint. They always come out pretty cool. People love them. I've given them as gifts and presents. I've actually refinished some to look pretty nice, and then I've refinished some to have kind of, the post-apocalyptic Mad Max type theme. This one's going to stay as it is. It's perfectly fine. It doesn't need to be refinished. In fact, it's very, very good shape. A little ding there, but so what? It's a utilitarian gun. As far as the 20 gauge goes, obviously bird shot. You can plink at birds all day long in a survival role with it, as well as using buckshot or slugs. I'm very comfortable taking most game up to like a deer, so most small game with one of these. I'm also comfortable using buckshot in a home defense scenario with one of these. I'm aware that it's a single shot, but my dad taught me a trick a long time ago, and with a little bit of practice you can get good, and that is keeping spare shells between your fingers. So as you hold it, you fire it, you hit the lever, there's an ejector in there, the round ejects out, They fly out pretty good. Pop the next one in, little snap of the wrist, this lock's closed, and you cock the hammer and you're back in the fight. If you've had any kind of firearms training, you know you should move when you're shooting and reloading anyways. So get a little sidestep, get quick with the wrist flick. These things actually can be pretty practical in a self-defense situation. Again, it's not ideal, but we're talking about on a budget. And again, got 2 guns, $275 out the door. Same kind of goes for this. I think I need to reiterate. Self-defense gun, would I take it through like a weekend training class for a self-defense pistol? Probably not, but I would still occasionally get out and put some rounds through it, you know, put a half a box, couple mags, whatever, just to stay consistent with your trigger, make sure it's working, and just to stay familiar with the overall weapon if you're going to carry it regularly. That's that. That's my budget arsenal video. I think these 2 firearms would serve anybody well. If you never owned any guns other than these 2, I think you could go very far in your hobby of shooting and self-defense and hunting even with just these 2. I don't think in a practical application, I don't think anybody would need any more than this, but it's not about need sometimes. Sometimes it's about fun, but hey, these are a lot of fun also. Anyhow, if you have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments below. As always, thank you for watching, and like, share, and subscribe.